Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Thank you for sparing your own time out to check out my thoughts on Restless, which I actually got to see at an early Cineworld screener ahead of its April 4th release. So pretty few weeks ahead by the time you may be watching this video, or actually you may be coming back after you've checked out Restless. Either way, thank you for stopping by. This is written and directed by Jed Hart in his feature film directorial debut. You've mainly got two main actors here. You've got Lyndsey Marshal as Nikki, Aston McAuley, who plays Dino. Essentially, this story tells Nikki, who is a care nurse. She has a kind of a mundane life after suffering from empty nest syndrome with her kid going off to university. However, she gets a brand new neighbour, and that is the form of Dino of Aston McAuley, who turns her life upside down. And this, I like the fact that we bring home kind of a drama, psychological thriller extent. Yeah, there's certain scenes that definitely lean more into the thriller aspect, but a lot of it is more psychological. And I like that this is just a grounded movie. It's very realistic. There's many scenarios and many people who's probably been through scenarios like this, so that might hit home more for them. I also think that it's a one that people can really get behind, and as the movie starts to progress and as some of the tensions start to just elevate, with especially a bright vividness of red. Red is a huge focus throughout the kind of 90-minute runtime, but it's a little bit less than that if you also kind of discount credits. The colour of red kind of is a little bit there in the background, and then as tensions start to flare, the red is more eminent and more prominent throughout. And I think that's one thing you'll notice when you watch Restless. I think that Lyndsey Marshal absolutely killed it as Nikki. She puts in a really great and realistic performance where you just feel absolutely nothing but sympathy for this character. You are wanting to root for her in terms of her trying to get revenge, because the character of Dino, who is also equally played as well by Aston McAuley, he does a really good job of getting under your skin. This is a character that you're going to detest. You're not going to like them in the slightest, and they do nothing redeemable to make them likable, and that is the whole point. But he does a really good job at portraying that hatred where you feel disgust every time you see him pop on screen, or something that he's doing in the background. I also think the music and the sound also has its own story. It feels like it's telling a story itself about the choices that was made, about why we have certain themes of music prevalent throughout the entire three acts, and towards the end as to why that music is sort of a payoff too. I will say that I did enjoy Restless. I found myself gripped at times. I found myself, really getting behind the tension scene moments, and also there is a really cute cat in here, so of course that is easily going to buy me as an audience member to check out your movie. So yeah, hey, fair play to Restless. So I think as a directorial feature, Jed Hart does a pretty good job. Do I have any negatives? I do have a few little minor nitpicks that I think kind of holds this back from just hitting that really high note of being a really classic British psychological drama thriller. I think for me, there's a few editing choices I wasn't the biggest fan of, but it just involved a certain scene when a character is sat down primarily in a kitchen. There's a little few tweaks in the edit that I just don't think they needed to be done. You could have even maybe cut those one or two little shots in that particular scene, and a few other scenes throughout that kind of enact in the same way. And even if you cut the rundown time by like 2 minutes or 1 minute by doing that, I think it just would have had a little bit of a solid mark. And my other kind of nitpick is a little bit with the ending. Don't get me wrong, I like the ending. It sets up something that I was, wow, okay, I did not expect this to go that way, but I'm kind of glad that it did go in a way that I couldn't call, and a little bit of a surprise element. But the last scene that we get, I understand why it's there. I understand the decision that we have and a conclusion, but I just didn't feel as if it was the strongest ending, especially given that like the one or two quick scenes that we got before it were a lot more impactful in my personal opinion. But overall, this is a good movie. You know, I had a interesting time watching this one. Can I recommend it to you guys? You know, yeah, this is a very small budget movie. I know my friend Jimmy from Scottish Geek Guy got to interview the director and the main star, Jed Hart and Lyndsey Marshal. I will leave a link to that video down below in the description box, where he got to really ask them some really good questions and talk about the movie. So I learned that it had a really small budget. So it's always good to support indie filmmaking and these smaller budget movies, especially when they get a cinema release. But worst case, if you catch this on streaming, then you do. But yeah, overall, I'm going to give this a solid 3 out of 5 stars. Is it going to be a one that you're going to check out? Let me know down below in the comment section. And all I ask mainly of you guys though is just to give the video a big thumbs up. It helps to send me in the YouTube algorithm. It tells YouTube, hey, I like this guy, put him in front of other people's recommendations when they open up YouTube. Big shout out to all my awesome patrons who help to support the channel. You can also as well by joining today from only £2 per month. Link is down below in the description box. Now in the meantime, if you haven't seen these videos of mine, we'll click over here, have a bit of a deep dive. Till next time that I see you guys, I'll be seeing you later.